It is review video time. So I got these in the mail the other day. I ordered them off of Amazon. These are ViperTek's heavy duty handcuffs, and they have a double lock mechanism. I got it for $32. You get a very good rugged handcuff. So it's very heavy duty. There's 3 different brackets right here. They're fused together, and you can see that no matter how tough a person is, I don't think they're gonna get through this. It's gonna be very hard to break this bond right here. Let me show you what the double action feature is. So normally when your handcuffs go like that, they just get tighter and tighter. And with the double action feature, this is the key. How there's 2 of them that come in the box, by the way. There is a button, a silver button right here. And with this end, you just click that, and then it makes that clicking noise. Now, no matter how you pull on this, it is not going to get looser or tighter. So that's pretty important. Like if you don't want the person that you're cuffing to lose circulation, you can have not this feature, but the one with the double lock where there's no way for it to become tighter. Okay, the only way to undo that after you double lock that button is to turn the key in there, which goes in there 180 degrees. So it's not just a little slight turn. You gotta fully go to it, turn it left, and it will unlock. Now, it won't have the double lock feature set into it. And these cuffs, they're good. When you're cuffing someone, like you could just take their wrist and just see how it lines up perfectly. Okay, let me go and unlock this. So they're not misaligned. Something I do want to point out is that these are a black color that I did choose. So if you're concerned about dropping these at night, you might want to go for the silver version so that you can find these easier at nighttime. Now, just talking about these handcuffs and just the key compatibility of it. I heard that these locks are just really one of a kind with the keys. So if you're using this for law enforcement, your law enforcement key will not work with this. I think their keys are a little bit shaped differently, maybe a little bit longer over here on this nudge, and it will only work for these handcuffs. So make sure that if you're using this, you use it with these keys and you don't mind only having one set of keys that are compatible with this. Otherwise, if you're like in the police force and you need to use different keys for unlocking this, it's not going to work. Yeah, so just make sure that you don't lose the key, especially if you're doing something naughty in bed. You're tying your partner up, and it's going to be a bad situation if that happens. You know, the keyholes are faced in one side, so if you have them locked up and you don't want them fiddling around with the locks, because I heard you could shimmy your way with this with like a paper clip or something, but it's definitely a lot harder to get into than one of those like toy ones where there's like a button on the side. It's kind of like a plasticky feel. This one's very rugged, and you can even fold it so that when you're putting it in the back of your pocket, it's very compact and hides away. It's not too heavy either. Okay, so just putting it down on my kitchen scale, you can get an idea of how heavy this is. Okay, hold on, let's change this to... It is 353 grams. So that gives you a how heavy kind of idea it is. Yeah, so let's say that Running Man's a criminal, okay? And then I got handcuffs because he was like, Raven, I got him. Got him. How's that? Is there any way you're getting out of that, Running Man? Look at that. Look at that. You're coming with me.
Thank you.
Try getting out of it. Like you can't. There's no way he's getting out of it. Let me get these off of you, man. Thank you for being my good presentation guy. I'll get this off of you now.
Get the hell out of here before you put me in jail.
Yeah, we're not putting you in jail, but I'm just saying it's good to have a pair of handcuffs in case
you know, in case something does
something does happen, and I gotta restrain somebody because, you know, I'm here in a liquor store and there's all kinds of crazy people that come in, and there's no telling if I have to deal with the drunk and I gotta lock them up and wait for police to get here, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so I got a good pair of handcuffs. What do you think about the handcuffs there? They held you good, huh? They held you good. Okay, so I've got pretty thick wrists, okay? But for a feminine wrist like this, she's got a very thin wrist. Let's see on a female if it'll hold a female's wrist. Yeah, this is the tightest it'll go. Can you get out of that?
Nope.
No? Well, you can't get out of mine either. We're just stuck together forever now. I lost the key, Rosa. Where's the key?
Really?
No, I got the key right here. Yes. Okay, you're free.
Yes.
So, my point is that even on a feminine wrist, as small as her wrist is, this will keep her wrist in place. And that's important because you don't want the suspect being able to slip their wrist out of the handcuffs and getting away. I think that compared to a chain design, this 3-hinge design is a lot more stronger because a chain one you can break open, you can cut somehow, but with this one it's very hard to cut through, and it's going to be very hard for a criminal to break free from something like this design. So some of the techniques that you could use was, like I showed earlier with Running Man, cuffing them behind their back. You could also cuff people to objects like this pole right here. Say, for example, if they had their hands around this pole like this, you could cuff both of their hands like that, and their wrist would be locked to an inanimate object. As with anything like this, make sure you check your local laws and make sure that you're able to use these before you purchase something and decide to start cuffing people around town, okay? So I'm glad that I picked this up. Final thoughts on it is I would highly recommend it because it's a strong design and it's very portable. It's very compact. You can fold it and just put it in the back of your pocket and just have one in the car, even anywhere. If you think about the situations that may arise in the future where maybe you're road raging and you need to defuse a situation because it got really nasty. Maybe the person pulled out some kind of deadly weapon against you and you had to use some lethal force and eventually just cuff him before the authorities arrive. Something like that could play out. It's better to be prepared than unprepared. I would recommend these. They're definitely not a toy. These are sturdy, good quality handcuffs. Thank you for watching my review of this, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up, open the park.